Hey, you guys, it is, what is today? It's Thursday. It's April 15th, normally tax day for some people. I file my taxes late, so it's not tax day for me. But this is our normal Zoom. We Zoom every Thursday from 1 to 2. I time block out. Sometimes it's from 1 to 1:30. Sometimes it's the whole hour. And the purpose of this every Thursday at 1 o'clock in the group is to show you guys some success strategies to grow your business, how to get business, how to be successful in real estate. The number one thing is that, or not the number one thing, but one of the things is that the failure rate in real estate is super high. 87% of real estate agents fail, usually within the first 2 years, most definitely within the first 5 years. So if you are still in real estate and you're successful and you're past the 5-year mark, hallelujah, you're doing a fantastic job. If you're past your 2-year mark, that is awesome. If you're in the first 2 years of your real estate career, pay attention. You need to be learning as much as you possibly can. I have been in real estate. If you don't know my name is Tricia Turner. I have been in real estate since 92. I got my broker's license a few years ago, which of course requires an extreme amount of learning. And I'm constantly in learner mode. I'm always seeking to do more, be more. I started as a solo agent many, many years ago, was living a comfortable life many years ago. My goal was to get to $100,000 in income. And when I did, I was like, okay, let's get to 200. And so I've always just believed in growing and doing more. I'm a visionary, never satisfied. So my purpose is always to reach out and help others live an abundant life. Because you know what? When I was a single mom and struggling in my darkest hours in 2010, nobody ever reached out to me and said, hey, let me help you. Let me show you the way. So my purpose for you guys is to always help you, always show you how to do more in real estate, how to be successful, and things that I wish somebody would have showed me years ago. If you don't know a little bit about my backstory, I opened my own brokerage, of course, many years ago, and then switched over to an EXP branch office in 2018, have a real estate team within EXP, and we did 62 million last year, our first year together as a team, and 225 transactions, which is pretty darn good for 1 year together as a team. And our goals this year are 100 million in sales volume and 300 transactions, oh no, 366. So, and we'll do it. So when to date, this is April 15th, like I said. So to date, I'm watching our numbers closely, making sure that we're on target to do what I know we're capable of doing. And if for some reason I see that struggling at any point or ever not getting right where we should be, then I'm just going to implement more things. And people, it's not about always what, but who. So always pay attention to what you're paying attention to. I want to go over some deliverables that you should be delivering to your clients, past clients, sphere of influence every month regularly. You need to be staying in front of your clients. I went over this with my team a couple of weeks ago, probably. But what it is, Zillow is, and if you guys are paying Zillow for your leads, I know that's a huge lead source, and I get it. When I would first start out in real estate, I used to buy leads on realtor.com, so I get it. Zillow is our monster, though. Zillow is not our friend. Zillow does not want to have us in business. Zillow wants us to be glorified door openers, and Zillow wants us to be like Uber, or think of us as like Uber. We're Uber drivers as real estate agents working for Zillow. That's not my intentions for my life. I plan on growing this massive empire, and my plans for your life are for it to be abundant, prosperous, and full of life. So pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Zillow is trying to take over your clients. Zillow has acquired ShowingTime. And so with that purchase, Zillow now has the rights to your clients, because any listings that you have, your clients' info is in there. Zillow's advertising to them. We do know and have seen emails from Zillow to our sellers in there, letting them know how easy it would be to get rid of their current listing agent and work with Zillow in more of a streamlined process. So Zillow's not your friend. Just want to throw that out there, and then I'm not going to say anything more about that. Know that Zillow is spending a lot of marketing dollars to acquire more clients. So is Redfin. Redfin is a discount brokerage model. They don't have any customer service. Their agents are salaried agents, so they don't work on a commission basis. So think about it. If you're not working on a commission basis and you're a real estate agent, you really don't have a lot of skin in the game whatsoever. If you're working on a salary, you get paid a certain amount, whether you do a good job or whether you don't. So those are two of our biggest disruptors. Now, right now, we're in a super insanely busy real estate market. Like I said, I've been doing this since 1992. I collaborate with some of the top brokers and team leaders across the nation. None of us have ever seen a real estate market like this, ever. It's making history, which isn't fun. It's not good. It's good for sellers, yes, but it's horrible for buyers. And it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. This too shall pass. What you have to do if you want to be successful in real estate and remain successful in real estate is to constantly be keeping in touch with your database, because most people will think, well, I'm going to set up a monthly newsletter. That's not enough. You set up a monthly newsletter and that's all you do is get in front of your sphere of influence, your past clients, your top 200 only once a month. You're missing the mark. You're completely missing the mark. Years ago, that may have worked. That doesn't work anymore. We are constantly in need of instant gratification. Our kids are, we are. We're on our phones constantly. A text message dings. We're like, oh, got to answer it. Phone rings. Oh, got to answer it. Instant, instant, instant. So when you are communicating with your past clients and your sphere of influence, it's got to be instant gratification. So what does that mean? That means you've got to be remaining in contact with them more so than ever, because your once a month thing, suppose you send out a newsletter on the 3rd of every month, and suppose they get it on the 3rd. Oh, look, I got this great newsletter from Tricia. Oh, she looks like she's doing a great job, blah, blah, blah. And then on the 18th of the month, all of a sudden they get some wild hair that, oh my gosh, maybe we should sell our house. Or they see some ad come across with this beautiful house. They click on the ad, that real estate agent gets their contact info. They make a connection, they make the call, they make the sale. Because that's how it works. Though your clients or past clients or sphere of influence didn't mean to cut you out, they just acted impulsively because they want instant gratification. They clicked on something because they saw it and they didn't even think of you. They actually forgot all about you. They got caught up in the moment. So that's real estate. And that's why it's going to be extremely important that you're making conversations and that you're going deep with your relationships. I've been in this forever. I wish I would have been taught that many, many years ago. I would have a lot more referrals. I do work on a lot of referrals as it is, but I would have a lot more because I've sold a whole lot of freaking homes. So want to let you guys know 4 pieces that you should be delivering to your sphere of influence. And think about that. When I'm teaching, your sphere of influence, of course, are your people that know, like, and trust you. You also should create what I call I have a top 200 list. You definitely need to start with a top 100 list. And what does that mean? That's going to be people that would think of you when they're thinking of buying, selling, or renting real estate or investing, or when they hear of somebody. That could be your kids' teachers, that could be your accountant, that could be your insurance person, that could be your doctor, that's your past clients, that's friends that you keep in contact with, friends that you don't keep in contact with. Build up that core group of people. Even if you can only get to 50, that's okay. You need to spend time and think about that. Try to at least get to 50, then get to 100, and always be adding to it. Then when you have a transaction, if it was a great transaction and you really clicked with those buyers or those sellers and you want to stay in contact with them and be their agent for life, which you should anyway, put them on your top 100 list. If you met somebody, maybe they didn't turn into a client, but it was just a great connection and you feel like you really could impact their life and they can impact your life, or just you want to be part of their life, put them in your top 100 list. Those people that are in your top 100 list, your sphere of influence, should be hearing from you regularly. They should be hearing from you every week. It could be in the form of an email. It could be in the form of a text message. It could be in the form of an instant message on Facebook or Instagram. It could be in the form of a handwritten note. It could be any of those, or a phone call. So you've got 5 different ways to communicate with them, but it should be done every week. The 4 pieces of content that should be delivered regularly is you need to be the news. You need to be the market expert. You need to be the one giving them and delivering them, how's the market? Because that's like the number 1 question that's asked, how's the market? So you need to be the one answering that. How's the market? Well, what should your response be? Here in my office, we train on that. We know when someone asks, how's the market? The response should be, well, that depends. Are you looking to buy, sell, or rent, or invest? When they answer that, that's when you go into your pitch or wherever your market expertise is or whatever they're talking about. But you can't answer those kinds of questions if you're not the market expert. So make sure you're delivering some kind of a market update every month, because that's what they care about. What are homes selling for? How bad or good is the market? Things like that. That's going to be your number 1 piece of content. Community events. People love community events, especially right now. They want to hear about the top 3. And so, with COVID, People were, shut down for so long. People were without any kind of communication or like interaction with people. A lot of people were. We've been interacting with people here in our office for a long time, but there are people who have been locked down for a long time. The projections, if you read all the reports that are coming forward, the projections for this year and going forward into 2022 are that live events are going to be insanely crowded. Like, people are chomping at the bit to get out of their house and back to human touch and back to people. So people are like jonesing to find out what are the community events. So make sure you're delivering that kind of content. That's your second piece, community events. Your third piece is showcase a local business. If you're going and eating lunch somewhere, or you're going and eating dinner, or go and grab coffee, or you had a great experience somewhere, share that. Go stand outside that business, put your phone in landscape mode, not like that, landscape mode, do a video from right out there. You could go Facebook Live. If you're scared to do a Facebook Live and you want to build up to that, though you shouldn't be, just do a video, record a video, and then share it. So you got to think. I've been doing interviews for years. I love to interview business owners. I love to interview everybody. I think everybody's got a story. And so that's one of my favorite things to do. So just make it a part of your thing. Like, who am I going to go see today? Am I going to go grab dinner at local table? Well, then I'm going to maybe do a video outside local table after I got done and be like, holy crap, I just had the best Brussels sprout salad ever. You guys need to come try this. The owner's super cool. Food's great. Drinks are awesome. Great atmosphere. You should check it out. Simple. That's simple. And that's a video. And then you can transcribe it and go to rev.com, have it transcribed, and send it out as an email. That's going to be your third piece of content. And then your fourth one is something educational. It could be a do-it-yourself project. It could be, you could share something that you learned. It could be anything to do with education. I like to do motivational stuff. If you pay attention to what I do motivational stuff. So my newsletter, when I send out my newsletter, I break it into 3 different parts. The top part of my newsletter is Time Out with Tricia. And I kind of break out what's my life like that week, what's going on, am I praising about something, and what was my win for the week, am I struggling with something, and then the middle part of my newsletter is a featured property. It'll be one of our listings, and then a little bit about that property. And then the bottom part of my newsletter is something motivational. So I like to keep mine simple because you only have 3 seconds to capture someone's attention, whether it's on their phone or on their email. So I'm hopeful that they'll read my paragraph, the personal one that I actually write about. And then I hope that engages them and helps them learn more about my life, because when we get busy like we are, and when you've been in business as long as I have, you have a lot of past clients, and it's super freaking hard to keep up with everybody. And so social media is a lot easier just to put it out there and newsletters and be like, this is my life and this is what I'm doing today and this is what I believe in and hope you're doing well. And so those are your 4 pieces of content: your market update, your community events, a local business showcase, spotlight, whatever, and something educational. So make sure you're doing, if you do those in videos, that would be awesome. That would be a video every single week. You also need to do them in emails. Emails are read in the order of top, bottom, middle. So when you're composing your emails, just remember, they're going to first read the top part of your email, then they're going to skim right to the bottom. And then if they think it's something they need to read further, they're going to go into the middle. I do that. Pay attention to it when you're looking at your emails. You'll notice that you do the same thing too. Make sure that when you go get new listings, that you're doing video about those. Market updates, again, like I said, that market updates are the same ones. You post your stuff on all channels when you're using social media: Facebook, Instagram, IGTV, LinkedIn, and YouTube. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you guys before I show you all the 25-10-4 formula. 2 seconds. I got my little black book out, but I did not save the page, and it's on the 3 C's. My team knows about it because I have talked about it with them before. But it's the 3 C's, because every day you should be time blocking yourself. You should be using a calendar, and you should be living by your calendar. If you're not, that's insane. And you're just living in a reactive mode, which is no way to build a business, no way to grow a business. So when you're using time in the morning to be prospecting and reaching out to your clients, you should be engaging with them. You want to have conversations with them, whether it's on the phone, whether it's through email, whether it's through text message, whether it's through Facebook Messenger, whatever your preferred means of communication are and theirs. You want to make sure that you're doing that every single day. 2 seconds. There's my 3 C's. kind of look at the dates. Like, oh man, I know when I wrote this. Let's see. Might be missing it. Well, what I'll do is I might have to tell you about it later. I'll just go ahead and show you the formula now because I don't see my three C's in here. But what it boiled down to, because I don't want to forget one of them. You have to, when you're reaching out to people every day, this is what they say, you're supposed to, before you start your prospecting, you're supposed to take 3 to 5 minutes and reach out to someone every single day, console, compliment, or congratulate. That's what it is. That's the 3 C's. Console, compliment, or congratulate. So think of it like this. When you're getting up, when you're ready to do your prospecting, not when you're just getting ready for work, when you're sitting down, I'm time blocking out from 9 to 12 or 8 to 11 to do my follow-ups and do my lead gen, prospecting, whatever you want to call it. If that is your strategy that day to use Instagram or Facebook, what you're going to want to do is get on there and start conversations. So first thing you want to do is kind of scroll through the feed. You want to compliment, congratulate, or console, that thing. That's how you want to get things started. So when people post about, hey, my kid just got their first award, go in and comment on it. You can comment, wow, that's freaking awesome. You can private message them. That's how you start conversations. Someone has a birthday, make sure you do a happy birthday message. You can do a happy birthday video. I do those using BombBomb. You can go in and congratulate somebody. If someone posts a picture of them or their house or their husband or whatever, you could be like, oh, wow, your hair looks amazing, but be sincere. Don't make things up. That's never a good thing. That's not how you build relationships. Real estate is relationship building, and that's how you grow. Like Grant Cardone says, the more contacts you have, the more contracts you'll have. So it's all about building relationships and talking to people. So you've got to get conversations going, and you have to have conversations every single day. Not 7 days a week, because I believe you should take some downtime, but we're going to base this on a 5-day-a-week work formula. You need to be working it like a business. You need to be working it from 8 to 5 minimum every single day. You can take an hour for lunch should you need to, but you need to be structuring your life as a business if you want to be successful in real estate and actually feed your family and grow. I'm going to show you the 25-10-4 formula. Now, this is my whiteboard, and let me make sure you guys can see this. This says top 5. What this is my whiteboard. I am a big believer in whiteboards. Anybody that's been in my office knows I love them. And my house, I have whiteboards everywhere. I use them every day. I write scripture on them. I write affirmations on them. I write listings on them. This top 5, what this is going to do, this is what you should use every single day. So every day, and some people do this in a journal, but every day you should have 5 things that you have to get done. High leveraged activities, high leveraged phone calls. What is those 5 things? And those are your top 5 things. And you can't end your day until you do those 5 things. Now, I don't have anything on the board right now because I erased this so that I can teach this class and show you another use of this board. But typically I don't have just 5. I typically have 6 to 8. However, when you study the most successful people, they usually have 3 to 5 because you end up getting spread too thin and overwhelmed, and then you don't give it your all. You don't go deep. You don't go wide. You're just going deep. And you really need to go deep when you're doing your projects or doing your top things and not just half-ass it. The second use for this board, and you would need a bigger board. I teach this in my training room too with our agents here. So I'm going to move the board like this. You would need to have a board wide like this. I use red markers. This is a dry erase board. I have a blue marker in here somewhere. Yeah, I use red and blue. Pick colors that you like, whatever. Blue, of course, anyone that knows Tricia Turner Properties and Tricia Turner Properties group, we love blue. So I use blue and red. But this is exactly what you need to do for the 25-10-4 formula. And what that 25-10-4 formula equals is 25 conversations, 10 face-to-face appointments, 4 closings. So we're going to have 25, 10, 4. What does that mean? That means, and this is every month, that means your goal is to talk to 25 people, not like, hey, how's it going? Conversations. 25, make sure y'all can see this, 25 conversations. If not if, when you have the 25 conversations, you then have 10 face-to-face appointments. That's your goal, to have 25 conversations and get 10 face-to-face appointments. If you do this consistently, you should have 4 closings a month. So think about that. When you break it down, you have to talk to 25 people in a month. That's it. 25 conversations in a month. So what does that mean? That means you should be reaching out to, I always double everything. You should be reaching out to 50 people per day. 50 people per day to get 25 conversations in a month. So what could that look like? Well, if you're using Cole Realty Resource, which is what we provide here on my team, then you have access to their email addresses, their phone numbers, and their physical addresses. You should be calling them. You should be calling them right now. You should be calling everybody right now, because people are getting their tax value their assessments in. And people are like, hey, my freaking house just went up 8 to 10%, which is the norm right now. Maybe so. And so you should be reaching out to them going, hey, let me run your value for you. Is the tax value that you're being taxed on, is it correct? Is the assessed value correct? Because here's the problem. The homeowners think that that's an appraised value, and it's not. It's an assessed value. That means that's the amount they're saying you're getting taxed on. They're saying that's what your home is worth. Well, is it? So have those conversations. It's called a homeownership survey. What do you do? Well, you call your sphere of influence, call, text, email, direct message, and with the same thing, you can let them know, hey, it's April 15th. I know that I just got my assessed value on my house, and mine's way higher than my house is really worth. How about yours? Did yours come in super high? Okay, then you wait for them to answer. What do you think? And then whatever they say, what do you think about that value? That's your response. Then what do they say? Then you respond. Would you like for me to run a free home evaluation for you? We call them home evaluations here. And they will. Why would they not? And you send it to them via email. You don't need to go see their house. It's going to be a range, but you're just confirming what is their house worth actually. And so, of course, you got to be a market expert to be able to do that. And then you time block yourself, because you can get carried away doing these, but you also want to keep everything time blocked. So you're time blocking 8 to 11 or 9 to 12 to make your calls, make your conversations. You could have the afternoon blocked off to do 5 a day. So if you make that your point of contact for the rest of this month and beyond, even go into May, go to May 15th. Sometimes you can protest those all the way up to June and beyond, depends on when their notice was. So there's no reason, and there's no secret sauce to a script right now. That's the best script, hands down, right now. So 25 conversations. Your goal is to get 10 face-to-face. Now, when you're calling people, if you're using the what's your home worth script because they just got their assessed value in, your goal is to have a conversation with them, not just be like, what do you think about that? Okay, I'll email it to you later. Bye. No, you need to have a conversation with them. Well, because they may say, well, holy crap, if my house is really worth 680, I'm going to sell it. And then you need to be open for those. You need to hear those. You need to listen for those key words so that you pick up on that, because then it should lead right into, oh, would you? Because let me tell you something. Like in our office, we have over a database of over 5,000 active buyers that we can't find homes for. So pretty much any house that we take, we can sell. So you need to be saying the same thing, because you probably have an arsenal of buyers that can't find homes too. So you actually, right now in the market that we're in, have the ability to have that kind of a conversation. I actually have active buyers in my portfolio that we cannot find homes for. I guarantee you I can get your home sold. And then that's a whole nother conversation. So that is your goal, 25, 10, 4. So how does this work? You do a whiteboard, you draw a line down each column, and then one across the middle. I'll show you. Okay. So here's what your board looks like. Now, keep in mind, you should be doing it on a bigger board so you have more room. You will then take, and this is the way that we do it. You can kind of do it however you want. Little stickies. Let me see if I have some in here. I have bigger ones, but I'll show you so you get the gist of it. You can take the little stickies. You can write if you want. Here's what you do though. You take 25 little stickies, and again, you're going to have a bigger whiteboard, and they're blank. Now, 25 go here, 10 go here, 4 go here. What is your goal? To have 25 conversations. So every time You have a conversation, whether it's text, instant messenger, on the phone, face to face, face to face, any of those conversations about real estate, not about what the weather's like, about real estate, whether it's a home evaluation, whether they want you to come by, whether they're thinking about selling, real estate related. Anytime you have one of those conversations, you take the blank sticky and you move it down here and you write that client's name. Name and date is always best, but for sure their name down here. Your goal every month, so you should be starting this on the 15th. I always like to start on the 15th or the 1st. I'm just kind of weird like that, but this is your goal. So you've got your 25 stickers up here. Your goal is to make sure they are down here every single month. Same thing with face-to-face appointments. When you get a face-to-face appointment, you can have your stickies up here. You write the name on the sticky and you move it down here. Your goal every month is for all your stickies up here to be down here, all your stickies up here to be down here, all your stickies up here to be down here. So in the beginning, you're not going to, well, you might, but you likely are not going to have 4 closings move down here. You might, we are in a crazy market. Don't let that discourage you. That's your goal. Because if you do that, you'll make over $100,000 in a year. And now you start doubling that. Then be like, oh, well, how about 8? Or how about I talk to 50 people? And how about I get 20 face-to-face appointments? You see where I'm going with it? So 25 conversations move down here every single month. So think of it that when you're tracking your board should be in front of you at all times. That's what I feel. I feel if you see it, it makes you work harder. So if it's say April 23rd and you've still got, 20 stickers up here, that means you got a freaking long way to go, and you better get out there and do a couple open houses and talk to as many people face to face as you can. You better get on that phone. You better make it happen. Don't be one of those people that sets a goal and then doesn't even shoot for it, doesn't even try. Because only 25 conversations, that's all you got to do to be able to get 10 face-to-face appointments and 4 closings, and you don't want to do it? Don't be ridiculous. So this is the 25-10-4 formula. Get a whiteboard, break it down into 3 columns, and then a line across the middle. 25 conversations, 10 face-to-face appointments, 4 closings a month. That's your goal. And it'll happen. Do that, and you'll be ultra successful in real estate, and continue doing it every year, every day, every month. Make real estate your life if you really want to have an abundant life and a great career and a more scheduled life and time with your family. So I am Tricia Turner. Hope you learned something from today. If you want to learn more or find out more, I have many Facebook groups that I run. This is Realtors Road to Success. You can go and look for that. You can always send me a private message just at Tricia Turner, and I will hook you up with the groups that I run and that I teach in. And then, of course, if you want to schedule a call, you just go to triciaturner.work and you can have a calendar link there. And so I look forward to speaking to anybody that needs help. Otherwise, have an abundant day. Bye, y'all. Let me stop my share.